you so much. Now you all can turn off your mic. Okay, beta? Now see, um, we meet after a week, right? And we are still in our chapter number 1 in science. We are still in our chapter number 1. So let's have a quick revision. Whatever we have learned. See, I'm presenting my screen through the textual part. Let's have a look. Whatever we have learned. Now, can you see my screen, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Now see, we are in science, we are in our first chapter, right? Name of our first chapter is reproduction in plants. Now, I want Jamani Fatima. Beta, can you please tell me the definition of reproduction? We have already learned it, beta.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The process by which living organisms produce live organisms of the same kind is called reproduction.
Okay, thank you, beta. See, actually, that pronunciation is organism. Okay, living organism, the process by which living organism produced a new organism of the same kind is called what? Reproduction. So this term is for all living being, but actually name of our chapter is reproduction in plant. Name of the chapter is reproduction in plant. So here we are only going to learn about reproduction in plants. But please turn off your mic. Turn off your mic. Thank you. So now this reproduction process through the seeds we have started learning in the last lecture, that how do a plant produce through the seed. Okay, see, plant can reproduce through different methods, but we had begin learning it through reproduction by the seeds. That seeds, most of the plants have seeds present inside them. So through the seeds they will reproduce. Through the seeds they will reproduce. In the portion of seed, in the topic of seed, we had learned that seeds are divided into three main parts. Those three main parts are didicot, cotyledon, and embryo. Okay. Just after that, we had learned that if we want to grow any plant, or if we want to germinate any seed, they required some particular conditions. Those particular conditions are light, air, and water. And they required nutrient rich soil also. Then and then only they can grow, right? So that at that time we had learned this definition of germination also. What is the definition of germination? The process by which a seed grows into a young plant is called germination. Then just after that we had learned the steps, the stages of germination. You all remember, Navita? That first when we sow a seed, okay, at that time, see how, yes,
Yes,
see
ma'am.
how do it will look. When we sown it inside the soil, it was very dry. But just after sowing it inside the soil, when we pour water to that seed became soft and spongy. That seed became soft and spongy. After that, it breaks itself, and a tiny root, and afterwards a tiny shoot will start coming out. Root will start growing inside, shoot will start coming out, and they will start making their own food. Small leaves also comes upon them. Okay, through that they will fastly start making their food with help of the sunlight, with help of the process of photosynthesis. And in that way, they will grow in size, and it develops more leaves. And at last, what will happen to that seedling? What will happen to that baby plant? That cotyledon shrink and disappear, and now seedling will become a new plant. All such things we have already learned. This interesting activity also we had done in the last lectures, that how do seed will grow, which bowls seed will grow. Do you remember that? We took 4 bowls and we put a seeds inside them. One we put it near the window,
Yes, ma'am.
another inside the refrigerator. Then which seed will grow? The one which have moisture, which get the proper sunlight, which get the proper amount of air, those seeds will show growth. Rest of the seed will not grow. Then we had learned this true or false also. And in last lecture we had begin this new topic. Name of this new topic is dispersal. That if a seed grows near the parent plant, they have to fight with each other. They have to compete with each other for their growth and development, for the nutrients. That's why there is nature have arranged a process, and name of that process is known as seed dispersal. Through this process of dispersal, seeds scattered away, means seeds move away from the parent plant and grow somewhere else. This process is known as dispersal. We have learned definition of dispersal also. The process by which seeds and fruits are scattered away. Scattered away means move, means travel away, move away from the parent plant is called dispersal. Seeds are dispersed through different methods. The first method is known as wind. Through the wind, they will travel. Second method is water. Through the water, they will travel. And the third method is animal. Through the animal, they will travel. Now, if I am not wrong, then we have already learned two methods: dispersal by wind and dispersal by water. Seeds that are very light in weight, what will happen to them? Okay, a fast wind, if it will blow, then with the flow of a wind, those small tiny fruits, those small tiny seeds which are very light, they will also move with the flow of wind. They will also move with the flow of wind. For example, maple. See here, the picture of maple is given. They are very light in weight, so they will move away with the wind. Okay, and fall down at somewhere else from there, move from the far away from the parent plant. And if they will get proper amount of conditions for the growth, they will grow at a new place. They will grow at the new place far away from the parent plant. Second method which we had learned in the last lecture was dispersal by water. That how do, just like the flow of a wind, seeds move, the same way with the flow of a water also, some of the fruits and plants carried by the water, and in that way they will move from the parent plant and they will grow at somewhere else. Now today we are going to learn about dispersal by animal. What do we are going to learn about? Dispersal by animal. So I want this girl, her name is Zoha Kadri. Okay, beta, please read it, this point for us. Dispersal by animals.
Okay, ma'am. Seeds of some plants have hooks or sprigs that stick to animal and are dispersed. For example, seeds of cocklebur. Animal and human being also disperse by seed by eating fruits and throwing the seed far away from its parent plant.
Okay, very good, beta. Thank you. See, dispersal by animal. Just a minute, beta. Let me explain. Now, this point, dispersal by animals. So, how do animals help us to move seeds from the parent plant? Which way? How does this thing happen? I will give you a simple example of human being. For example, you all. Okay, this happens with you sometimes, that you are going out and a fruit is in your hand. Your mother said it, finish it fast. Okay, but you are in a hurry, so you took that fruit in your hand and go outside, go out of your house, right? You eat it, and will you eat seeds also? But will you eat seeds also of the fruit?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so simply what you, yes, so simply what you people do, you will throw the seed anywhere on the roadside also, outside of your house also, right? So this is also one of the way, one of the method of seed dispersal. That see, uh, those vendors who sell the fruits to us, okay, they bring it from the market. In the market, they get it from the farmer, and in that way, this fruits and vegetables travel from one place to the other place. When it reaches to our house, what do? We also take out the seeds and throw it anywhere, right? And eat the fruit, eat the vegetable. So in that way, wherever we have throw that seed, if they will get the proper condition for the growth, they will grow at that place. They will grow at that place. In that way, they will travel from the parent plant. They will move away from the parent plant. The same way in the case of other animal. See, any animal, for example, cow, for example, goat, okay? See, their body is somewhat hairy. Hairs are present on their body. So while they are passing nearby a plant or a tree, okay, some of the seeds stick upon their body, stick upon their body, and the animal will move from one place to the other place, and in that way it will travel with the animals. Okay, or in some cases, what will happen? Some birds, they will sit upon the tree and they will start eating the fruit of that particular tree. But sometimes they put the fruit inside their mouth only and they will move away from that plant. You are getting understood what I'm trying to say, how animals help us to move, or how in this process of dispersal. You're
Yes,
getting,
ma'am.
I hope you, okay. The same way, last point is
Yes, ma'am.
dispersal by okay, last point is dispersal by explosion of fruits. Some of the plants, what will happen in their case, they will ripe on the tree only. So they will burst open by their own self. For example, see this pea, or we can say example of poppy. When they get ripe, they themselves will burst open. And when they burst open, what will happen? Whatever seeds present inside it, they will fall down and they will roll upon the ground and they will move away from the parent plant. So the dispersal occurs or happens in that way also. See here in this point it is written dispersal by explosion of fruit. What is written here? Fruits of some plants burst open when they are ripe, and scattering the seeds far away, they will roll on, they will move down upon the ground, and they will reach from one place to the other place. For example, fruits of poppy, fruits of pea, and bean explode or burst. Explode means they get open by their own, or burst open by their own, and disperse their seeds. Disperse their seeds means their seeds will move away from the parent plant. Their seed will travel from one place to the other place. Now let's have a look through that video. See beta, now wind is blowing and these cotton seeds are very light in weight. They are moving away, right? And just below the parent plant, if the seeds will start growing, they have to fight with each other for their growth and development. Okay. Dispersal occurs and happens through wind, water, and animal, which just now we have learned. Now see how do it occurs and happens in the case of wind that we can see. Are you able to see, Nabita? One of you please give answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see this
Yes,
coconut.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see this hairy body of this animal, this goat. Now the seed stick on its body and it will move away from the parent plant. Now squirrel, then monkey, then this bird. Okay. See half-eaten fruit. Now this is called explosion of fruits. It get ripe and get open by its own. Are you able to see, I guess, right, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
See, this one
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
called
Yes, ma'am.
explosion. See, it get ripe. And how seeds are moving away from the plant. How interesting it is. See, beta. They get ripe and they their own self burst open. And seeds will move from this place to somewhere else. This method is called what? Explosion. This method is known as explosion. Now let's have a look. The process by which seeds are scattered away from the mother plant, means from the parent plant, is called what? Dispersal. Is called dispersal. Now here we are going to learn about different methods of seed dispersal. The very first method is dispersal by wind. Then second one is dispersal by water, and the third one is dispersal by animals, and the last one is dispersal by explosion. If anyone asks you that how many methods of dispersal are there, you have to write all four names: dispersal by wind, dispersal by water, dispersal by animal, and dispersal by explosion. Now here you will see these seeds are very light in weight. Now you will see how wind will blow and they will move away. You have to see it very carefully. See, they will carried by the wind. How interesting it
Ma'am,
is. Yes, beta. Yes.
ma'am, tomorrow
Yeah.
only I go to the shop. Then I see this only. This is flying in the sky.
Okay. Okay. So this is called dispersal by wind. That with help of the wind, they will carry it. Now this is called floating coconut. This will float with the water. See, how do animal, squirrel, then this bird, okay, they eat it, the seeds. They take it, that the seeds in their mouth, and afterwards they will move from that place. So with them, the seed will also move. With them, the seed will also move. And the last but not least, see here, these animals have lots of hair on their body, and some of the seeds have hooks and spikes, okay, on their body. So it will stick upon their body. This is the example of explosion which we have already learned. That seed, this particular fruit will burst open when it get ripe. Now you can see the seed, how it get burst open, and the seed will fall down. Can you see, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
And in that,
Ma'am.
yes, in that way they will move. See, from one place to the other place. So I hope you understand now what is known as dispersal.
Yes, ma'am.
and different methods of seed dispersal. Once again, let's go back to the textual part. Okay. So who will tell me now the definition of dispersal?
Ma'am,
I can tell.
Yes, beta, say it.
ma'am, I read
My
the,
seed
the
need air
process by
and
which
warmth
seeds
to
and
germination
fruits
into
are
seedling.
spread away from the parent plant is called dispersal.
All together we'll start reading. No one can hear. Now will you please turn off your
Ma'am,
mic, all of you. Turn off your mic first of all, beta.
Ma'am,
Siddhartha, I said turn off your mic, everybody. Please. Okay, this girl Siddhartha Danya. Beta, unmute your mic and tell us this definition of dispersal.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, bolo beta. Definition of
The
dispersal.
process by which seeds and fruits are scattered away from the parent plant is called dispersal.
Very good. Now, how many methods of dispersals are there?
4.
Okay, which are there?
Dispersal by wind, dispersal by water, dispersal by animals, and dispersal by explosion of fruits.
Very good. The process by which seeds and fruits are scattered away from the parent plant is called what? Dispersal. Dispersal having 4 different methods. Dispersal by wind, dispersal by water, dispersal by animal, and dispersal by explosion of fruits. This girl whose mic is not mute, beta, please mute your mic. Who is she? Please mute your mic, beta. Is she listening?
Yes.
Beta, please mute your mic. Now see, now next point is we are going to learn about reproduction through other parts. Reproduction through other parts. When we are beginning the chapter, I have told you that plants can not only produce through the seeds, plant can produce through the other methods also. Okay, and now we are going to learn here about those other methods that plants not only can produce, plants not only can grow through the seeds only, plant can reproduce themselves through the other methods also. And those other parts of the plants are reproduction through their stem, reproduction through their roots, and reproduction through their leaves. Right? So, before going to explain, I want Jamani Fatima to read this paragraph for me.
Some plant reproduction thought
Reproduce
reproduce thought other parts such as stem, roots and leaves.
yes,
Stem.
stem, not the pronunciation is stems.
Stems. The stem
Okay,
of
continue.
the stem of plants such as banana, potato, and sugar can grow into new plants.
Okay, just a minute, beta, hold on. Now see the name of all these things: banana, potato, and sugarcane. Have you ever seen seeds into them? Do these things have seeds into it, beta?
no, ma'am.
Okay, answer answer. Okay, answer is no. And they themselves are known as them. Do you remember? I'll show you that video parts of plants, that which particular, yes, in that we have already learned that this which portion of the plant is known as stem, right? So this potato, banana, and sugarcane, they themselves are known as stem of the plant. They themselves are known as stem of the plant. So we have to plant them as it is. We have to plant them as it is, and from them we can get a new plant. From them we can get a new plant. So this method is known as reproduction through stem. This method is known as reproduction through stem. Now, second method is known as reproduction through roots. Continue, beta.
Roots. The roots of plants such as sweet potato can grow into new plants.
Okay, now hold on. See, sweet potato. It itself is known as what? Root. It is a root of the plant. It can grow inside the soil, not upon the soil. Okay. So it itself, it is which part of the plant? It is the root of the plant. So while we plant it inside the soil, okay, we'll get a new plant. We will get a new plant. So it is called development from its root. It is called development through the roots. So this reproduction occurs and happens through the roots. Now the same way, last but not the least, leaves. Continue, beta.
Leaves. Plants such as
Bryophyllum. Pronunciation is bryophyllum.
Bryophyllum can give rise to many young plants on its leaf. As
Leaf
these young
edges.
leaf edges, these young plants later grow into new plants.
Okay, thank you so much, beta. Now mute your mic. Now see, last one is reproduction through leaves. Now here you can see a picture of a leaf, and look at properly the edges of the leaf. You can see the so many different new leaves. So this will grow through the leaves. This will grow through the leaves. That from a leaf we can get a new plant. How interesting it is. Here we have seen that it can grow through the stem, it can grow through the root. Okay, but the interesting thing here in the case of bryophyllum is from the leaf, from the leaves, okay, we will get a new plant. From the leaves we will get a new plant. So this is called reproduction through leaves. It is called reproduction through leaves. Now let's have a look of a see, plants can grow from not only from seeds, but it can grow through stems also, roots also, and leaves also. Now the first thing is reproduction or growing plants from the stem. Now here are picture of rose, hibiscus, and money plant. Now see what will happen in them case. Their stem. See how do their stem get cut from the parent plant? And now we have to plant it inside a pot. So we will get a new plant. We will get a new plant. It is called reproduction through stem. Now see this potato, onion, and ginger. They all are known as stem. They themselves are known as stem. So we have to plant them as it is. See, they have a tiny structure upon them, buds. So while we plant it inside a pot, this bud on potato can grow into a new plant. From this buds, what we will get? We will get a new plant. Now we will have the third one, third process, sweet potato, carrot, and radish. They themselves are known as roots. Turnip also, dahlia also, okay. So they themselves are known as roots. So while we are planting them inside the pot, here the process, we can see the process that how the root will start growing. A sweet potato is inside a bowl filled with water, and now it will get sunlight also. So see a small root, it get a small root. Now if we want to grow a carrot, plant of a carrot, what can we do? What the things required? A carrot, a bowl, a knife, and a water. First we have to cut the upper portion of the carrot. Now that upper portion, what we have to do with the part, the top part of the carrot? We have to pour water inside it, in the bowl, dipped in the water. Now please observe it properly. See, it will get sunlight. And now we will see, what we'll see, see how it will start growing from the upper part of the carrot. See, it will start growing, the portion of the top.
मैम
Yes, beta.
मैम ये वाली जो आपने बताई ना अभी कैरेट वाला,
Yes, beta.
वो तो है ना हम रोज करते हैं, जब भी मम्मी कैरेट
Okay,
काटते हैं
okay,
ना हम रोज करते
okay,
हैं।
okay.
मैम हम भी करते हैं।
Okay, now see, it is bryophyllum. Just upon the leaf, we will get buds, and this particular, from the leaf will get a new leaf. When leaf falls on soil, this plant gets separated and develop into independent plants. So how do development occurs or happens? Through the leaves. That also we have learned. Now just a minute. Now here again, reproduction through stem, roots and leaves. See, this one is the reproduction through seeds. This method we have already learned. Okay, but it will not only reproduce through the seeds. Then, which are the other methods that we are going to see now in this video? Wow, this potato have two eyes. Not like us, but it have eyes. Those birds which we have seen in earlier video. Potato itself is known as stem. So now these green buds, through it will develop. See, it will have eye also, it will have root also, it will have shoot also, and potato itself is known as stem. Ginger also, rose also, sugarcane also, they all develop through their stem. Again, once again the same way. See, wow, we get a new plant from the stem. The same way now we are going to learn about root. Carrot, radish and turnip, they themselves are known as root. They will grow inside the soil. Now see, you see, we'll get a new plant from the root itself. Now it's the example of bryophyllum once again. From the leaves, we'll get a new plant. From the leaf, see, it will fall down. And now in that way, we'll get a new plant. So the reproduction occurs and happens not only from the seeds, but reproduction occurs or happens through the stem also, through the roots also, and through the leaves also. So let's move back to the textual part. Okay. My screen is, can you visible? Siddharth Dania, can you see my screen, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beta. Thank you.
Welcome.
Now see, now we have to, on the basis of whatever we have learned, we have to solve this exercise, which we have already learned while we were when I send those videos to you. Okay, so try to solve this. First answer I want from Sheikh Mahin. Beta, please read it for me and give answer.
Yes, ma'am. Seeds of dash have hooks to stick animals.
What is the answer, beta?
Maple.
No, beta. Maple to flow away with the wind. Here what is written? Seeds of dash have hooks to stick to animal. The seeds which stick to the animal body. What is the answer?
Cockleber.
Yes, very good. Answer is cochlear. Then second one, Zoha Kadri. Please read it, beta.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Roots of dash burst open when they are ripe.
Yes.
Um, Poppy.
What is the answer, beta?
Poppy.
Very good. Answer is poppy. Okay. Here we have to write the name of the fruit which get burst open by their own when they ripe. Answer is poppy because coconut is example of dispersal by water. Okay, right? Now the third one, Sana
Ma'am,
Sheikh.
can I read?
Sana Sheikh. Please read third one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
The roots of dash can grow into new plant.
New plant. So what should be the answer? Roots. Here we have to write name of one of the root.
Sweet potato.
Very good. Sweet potato itself is a root. Now the last one.
Ma'am, can I read?
Okay, read beta.
The stem of dash can grow
Into a,
into a new plant.
yes. What is the answer?
Bryo, bryophyllum.
Nay, read once again properly. Stem. It is reproduction through stem, not reproduction through leaves.
Ma'am, can I give answer?
So what is, yes
Banana.
beta?
Ma'am, I know.
Yes. Yes, bolo
Ma'am,
beta.
banana.
Very good.
Banana.
Yes, answer is banana because banana can grow through their stem. Bryophyllum will grow through their leaves, beta. Getting understood now? So this is all about reproduction through roots, reproduction through stem, and reproduction through the
Ma'am,
leaves. Yes, beta.
मैम
Yes, beta.
मैम
Yes, beta.
साइंस की फेयर बुक में आपने हमको कुछ लिखने का दिया था.
That we will discuss afterwards. Okay, just a minute now. This you have to write it in your rough book, beta. All of you have to write this FBs in your rough book. It's today's homework. I have already told you when I was sending those videos that you have to write all these things into your fair book. You forget all, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we can write in rough book.
Today's work you have to write it in your rough book, beta. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So what we have learned today, this thing, who is this
Ma'am, I
ID?
know.
Just a minute, beta. This ID, Dr. Wahid Husani. Beta, what's your name?
Musani Alisha.
Okay, Alisha. Can you summarize